All right, coach, we're taking a look here at the very first exercise that we perform every single day in the weight room. All right, we work on 2-day splits, and on both days, this is always the very first exercise. The reason we start with this is because this very quickly forces us into good alignment and good posture. And that's the whole point of the very first phase of training every single season. All right, it's functional strength training. We're making sure we got good posture, which is going to be able to support us for the rest of the season and allow us to really increase strength and add heavier weights. So with the overhead squat, we're going to start with the bar on the back like a normal back squat. You're going to drop the hips and then throw the bar up, press it, and lock the elbows out. Now, the hands are wider than they would normally be. So you're going to see the rings on the bar, and you either want the pinkies on the ring or you want the index finger on the ring. So they're going to be a little closer or a little wider, and you keep going wider and wider until you find a comfortable position that you can hold. It'll be a little different for every athlete. All right, so now we're going to have a good stance, same stance that we would have for the back squat. We want to lower as deep as possible. We want the bar to lower and stay in line with the midfoot. So if we're looking here from the side, we see the toes, we see the heels. We want the bar to stay right in the middle of the foot. The bar should never move forward. The bar should never move backward. All right. So the key to really perfecting this technique really quickly is, number one, make sure those elbows stay locked. That's the most important part. As soon as they start unlocking the elbows, they're going to be forced to press the weight up. And even if it's just a barbell, it's going to affect the entire range of motion, and they're going to struggle to get the overhead squats in. All right, so most important, make sure those elbows stay locked. Number two, the bar is always moving through the midfoot. And number three, as you're lowering, this is with every exercise that we focus on with the lower body. We always want to focus on catching the weight in the heels. So as we lower the bar, we're focusing on catching all of the weight in the heels, and that's going to force the entire foot to keep good balance. If they don't keep that focus on catching the weight in the heels, the weight is going to shift to the toes, and now we're going to get into bad alignment, and that is risking injury. All right, so it's very important that you cue these two things. Elbows locked. As you lower to the deepest squat position, hold the weight in the heels. All right, this is overhead squat. This is meant for a warm-up. We will increase the weight, but it will never get to the point of 200 or 300 pounds as it will with the front squat and the overhead squat, which we'll look at later. All right, so we perform this every single day. The point is to ensure we are in good posture, good alignment before we move on with the rest of the workout.